Good morning. We are here. Give us a moment. Today is 11:25. We are on the other side of the solar eclipse, which was in Sagittarius, we believe. And those who are astrologers know that Sagittarius and Ophiuchus are very close. Ophiuchus being the 13th. Missing house of the astrology wheel. And you will begin to notice that the number 13 will begin to be more and more and more prominent, because it is a hidden number, and it is a number that those in power know to be a powerful number of change. And so they have done all they can to eliminate the 13 from your toolbox of powerful things. They have made you frightened of it. They have told you that Friday the 13th is bad luck day. They have told you that numbers 13 are bad. Don't have 13 on your office building floors. Bypass it. Go from 12 to 14. These types of things. This was done so that when this time came, you would all be very ignorant of 13. And yet, those who understand numerology know that the numbers are a overlay of physical reality, and that these numbers are not denied. If you can understand what we are saying, they are going to shine through like a tidal wave is going to hit the beach and create a tsunami. There's nothing you can do about it. You cannot stop the 13th wave. Understand? Or really it's the 7th wave. But between peaks it is 13. And those who are following what we are talking about with energy, and how the wave patterns, those who are surfers know that every 7th wave you will get a high wave, and so you count them, and that is what surfers do. They count. Oh, there's 1, there's 2, 6, next one, everyone up. Understand? Well, that is what's going on a planetary scale. You are on this 13th wave point, and it is coming, and it is bigger than anyone can ever imagine, and it is waking up everyone. Just like a early morning earthquake wakes everyone up. Doesn't matter what time of day you planned on getting up. The earthquake hits at 6, everyone's up at 6. Understand? Whether you want to be up or not. And so here you are at this place in time where you are seeing the overt, blatant misuse of power and authority all over the world, whether it is within the United States with the Occupy people being pushed around and pushed back by the police and such, or whether it is the crackdown in Egypt that is occurring with the military, or whether it is what is going on in Syria, or whether it is what is going on in other places. And there's much going on that is rather ominous, and our vehicle has been very disturbed of late to learn things that are out there, whether it is the political overthrow of Europe by the Germans. It's interesting, he was reading an article on the InfoWars people, or Rents, where they were saying how they are pushing for a political union of Europe to save the euro, the European money system, and how Germany is going to be able to do, without firing a shot, what they fought World War II to try and do, which was to control all of Europe. And of course, that is their agenda, but their agenda is playing out over a much larger agenda, and that is the agenda of light. The agenda of light is coming in to say, you know, all of this, it's like, imagine that you are all playing a game of Monopoly. You have a big Monopoly board, maybe not too big, big enough to put on a big table. You have a bunch of people playing, and imagine you have been playing this Monopoly game for hundreds of years. And so what has happened? Some people have gotten boardwalk and all of the high-priced commodities and things of this sort, the railroads. There are others who were not lucky and did not acquire as much resources. And what happens in the Monopoly game is that over time, one person becomes the winner because he has all the monies, has all the properties, has all the power. And so every time you go around the board, you are drained. And maybe it is better just to go to the jail. Understand? And that is when people usually say, that's it, I'm done with this game. Lock it up. But imagine now that this game is going on, and all of a sudden, the entire room turns 90 degrees on its side. And all the pieces just fall off of the board, and all the monies fall to the floor, fall to the wall that is now the floor. And then the room flips back. All of that has been wiped away. And that is the kind of thing that is going on here. Understand? There's going to be some very big shiftings, particularly with the monies. And you don't have to be psychic or have non-physical friends telling you. Read the newspapers. Go online and search out some of these things. Your financial situation is being manipulated to collapse. And our vehicle watched a video last night where he learned of the MF Global collapse, the holding company of wealth, of the wealthy, and how there's maybe 1.5 or 1.8 to maybe $3 billion. $billion? A lot of monies. Has been, we believe it is billions. And the money is being lost by this company, and many who are being caught up in it are those who really thought they were investing in their future with this company. They thought this one company wasn't like all the others. There's particularly a man that our vehicle has seen on television many times, Mr. Salente, who has been advocating for a long time for people to remove their monies from such an organization. And here he is now being caught in the collapse of MF Global. How can that be? How can such a knowledgeable man be so stupid as to do what he has been telling other people not to do? Very interesting, is it not? Makes you wonder who's who out there. And now this person is whining about how he's not going to get his millions of dollars back. Interesting to us. Because what you are seeing is that those who have been giving you advice are not following their own advice. Why is that? Odd. Very odd thing. Because what you are discovering is that some of those people out there are really just playing on your fears to get their money up. Understand? And so it is time for people to really start to use their bellies to become their own sources of information. Now, how can that happen? Well, let us say it this way. It already happened. All of you, everyone who hears this and everyone who doesn't hear it. You are all psychic. You are all very powerful spirit beings. This existence that you have in this physical reality is but a fraction of your power, of your ability, of your grandeur. And we don't say this to build you up and make you feel pumped up and whatever. We are telling you the facts. Those who are in charge of your world know your power and knew that at this time in the history of the world, that power would start to really push itself against the evolution of the species into a higher level of being. And they wanted that to be missed. Kind of like someone who knows about, let us talk about the Saturn V rocket for a moment. You all have seen this rocket. It's an iconic rocket, the moon rocket, and you all know of its great power and how it could launch a probe or a spacecraft to the moon or farther if needed. And how did it work? Well, it had this big, bulky first stage that lifted the entire thing up and then dropped away. And then there was a big and bulky second stage, and it fired, and it dropped away. And then there was a third stage, and it fired, and it dropped away. Each one of these stages pushed you up. And if the stage was missed, you did not reach the next point. And so those in charge want you to think that that you are never going to make it. And what they are trying to do is stop the stages from firing. But the astrology comes in like a timing mechanism and fires the rockets, whether you like it or not. It is interesting to us. Our vehicle worked on a heater system for the home. And it was this wonderful heater and hooked it up with gas and such. And it did not fire. It did not work well. It leaked gas into the house and you could smell it and it was very dangerous. And an analysis of the problem showed that the little pilot light was bent just a little bit out of the way. Just enough not to work. A little tiny light that was preventing this entire heater system from heating the house. That is where you are now on the planet. Whereas there's just a few little pilot people that they are hoping they keep away from the combustion of all the rest of the unit, all the rest of the heater. But it doesn't take much. It did not take our vehicle much to repair this thing, just a little bending of metal. And the same can be said here on your planet. A little bit of bending of those who are already there, already piloting. You will see that heater light. You will see the populace of the planet become the powerful force that they are. And those who think they control things, well, time to get on board with the rest of what is going on here. Your desire to divide and conquer is not going to work this time.